You're listening to the BigIron Buzz.
Welcome to our latest episode of the BigIron Buzz, where each week we'll bring to you the latest news and trends in the ag, real estate, and used equipment markets. This podcast is brought to you by BigIron Auctions and BigIron Realty, rural America's premier online unreserved auction site, bringing you real connections, respected values, and real deals. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Smith and I'm the host of the BigIron Buzz. With me today is Mark Stock and Tim Kipper from BigIron Auctions. Tim, you've been a guest on the show before, but why don't you start off by reminding everyone who you are and where you're located?
Yeah, thanks for having me on again, Ryan. Yeah, this is my second time here on the podcast, and I'm happy to be on. My name's Tim Kipper. I'm the region sales manager for Central Plains region, and I live in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I cover pretty much everything eastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, and eastern Kansas. And looking forward to the show.
Mark, today we're going to talk about the December 23rd auction. Mark, can you set the stage and share with us how many sellers, retirement sales, and items we're talking about here?
Well, there's just over 2,000 items, folks. We've got 6 retirement sales and estate auctions. We've got a lot of sellers, and they're using BigIron.com because of the big footprint. We saw that happen from last week's sale as equipment was selling and receiving bids from all over the United States, Canada, and Mexico. But just another great opportunity if folks want to buy equipment that's represented by the owners. That's probably the biggest reason why people come to BigIron, other than we don't charge a buyer's fee and there's lien-free equipment selling on our site. But they like knowing who the owner is. They like having a phone number for the owner. They like calling the owner. They like asking questions from the owner, because that's where the changing of the guard or the transition from one person to the other is solidified through those conversations. So a lot of good stuff selling here a couple days before Christmas. If you don't see anything big enough underneath the tree, you've got your shot here on December the 23rd.
Tim, let's dive into this week's retirement sales. What can you tell us about the Tim McKeen retirement?
Yeah, Tim McKeen, our local sales rep in Osceola, Nebraska, is John Stopak. And Tim decided to rent out his ground and have a retirement sale. So he actually has 40 items selling. Most notably, I would say, is a rare 2000 John Deere 7810. It's a power quad, and it's actually got a left-handed shuttle shift. Also on there is a 96 John Deere 9400 combine. We have about 2,000 separators hours on there and 3,000 engine hours. We have an 87 John Deere 4450 two-wheel drive tractor, a John Deere 630 21-foot tandem disc, a John Deere 924F 24-foot flex head. Also, we have the row crop, the 8-row 30 John Deere 853A, also a John Deere 843 8-row 30 corn head, John Deere 1710 12-row 30 Max Emerge Plus planter, several gravity wagons, a Buffalo cultivator. Honestly, all the mechanized items were always shedded and really well-maintained equipment. And we're going to be selling, again, Tim McKeen's retirement sale on December 23rd.
Mark, next up is the Vince and Linda Fundus retirement sale in Atkinson, Nebraska. Mark, tell us more.
I'll tell you what, they've got 39 items that will be selling, Ryan. But Tim Kipper, there's a lot of story behind this particular sale with these sellers. Why don't you fill us in?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. This sale is Tim Bohr is our local representative there in Holt County, Nebraska. And fun story about the Vince and Linda Fundus retirement sale. On November the 3rd, Tim Bohr went in to vote and actually ran into Vince at the voting booth. And they've known each other for a long time. And Vince really wanted Tim to come out to his place and check out the equipment. And after checking everything out, just knowing Tim, there was another local auction company that we were up against. They decided to go with BigIron. They liked the whole process, and they really wanted Tim Bohr to do the auction. And Vince is really excited, and he really wanted Linda Linda's name to be on this auction as well. So they are all in and all on board for December 23rd.
And that's great. They've got a John Deere 4020 that's going to sell with a loader on it. They've got a Case IH JX60 tractor. They've got a McCormick Farmall 300. They've got a John Deere 4030 tractor as well. They've got a couple international H's. They've got an Owatonna 117 grinder mixer and some small and round balers, hay balers. So check out their livestock trailers as well. Just some real good equipment that is selling in Atkinson, Nebraska. And we love the stories, and we know all of our Big Iron reps are working hard in the street. Feet on the street, we like to call it. They have relationships with a lot of people. And remember, Big Iron reps are local to the area that they service. The area in which they provide all the support is local. They are less than, in most cases, an hour drive away because they live in the communities in which they serve. If not closer than an hour away, sometimes they're right across the road from their sellers.
Yeah, and Mark, one more thing to add here is, you were talking about transparency, and we put full disclosure of our sellers on the homepage. Vince loves taking every single call. I talked to Tim Bohr this week, and he said, I really haven't taken a whole lot of phone calls on this because Vince is taking all the phone calls and answering all the questions, and he's really enjoying that. So he's, I think we're making out to have a good December 23rd auction.
And Tim, tell us about the Carolyn Donahoe retirement out of O'Neill, Nebraska.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. This sale is going to be out of O'Neill, Nebraska. This is our sales rep is Tim Bohr. And, one thing I would want to note about this auction is we truly promoted our full service expertise on Big Iron here. Our district sales manager, Ryan Harbor, and Tim Bohr did a lot of the prep work, blowing off some of the machines, the detail work, the make ready, just to get everything prepped and ready to go. This is one thing that Big Iron does specialize in, is their full service. And so our guys got out there, and it took them a whole day to get all the machinery ready, pictured up. The items do include a John Deere 9610 combine, a John Deere 8400 tractor, which the seller does state that the engine was overhauled last year, a John Deere 843 corn head, a John Deere 625 platform head, a Case IH Farmall 80 two-wheel drive tractor. There's also two other Farmall 656 two-wheel drives and a Farmall 350 two-wheel drive tractor. Also including a 2016 Case RB 565 round baler, a Bale King bale processor, and a Bradford 335 gravity wagon. Our primary contact on this is Tim Bohr. He is assisting on this retirement sale and helping Carolyn field all the phone calls. Again, going over and beyond the call of duty here to make sure we have a successful auction for Carolyn Donahoe on December 23rd.
Mark, what catches your eye on the Thompson brothers retirement sale in Minden, Nebraska?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, Matt Cope's the sales rep, and he does an outstanding job, and he's got a lot of good quality sales coming up. He's just had a whole handful of good quality sales. He does a great job of describing the equipment, taking the photos and the videos, and he does a fantastic job of informing the seller about the process and the entire way. In fact, he had one of his recent sellers was so thrilled, the seller called a local radio station and recorded a radio ad, a radio testimonial about Matt Cope and what he did for them. And we like to tell everybody all the time, folks, it's not the prices that people keep track of. It's what the Big Iron Company and the reps do along the way. That's what they remember the most. This guy was so appreciative. He actually cut an ad and paid for it out of his own pocket. And a thank you and appreciation for Matt Cope. But this particular sale, folks, by Minden, Nebraska, features a John Deere 8260R. And if I'm correct, Tim Kipper, please jump right in here. But that tractor's loaded, isn't it?
Loaded with 2,500 hours on it.
So you don't get a chance to buy those big horsepower tractors every day. And this is a good retirement sale. And you know the owner. You can call him up and you can ask the questions as well. Got a 16-row 30 stacker fold planter, 1720 series. He's also got another tractor, a John Deere 8220 mechanical front. Everything he's got is outstanding, folks. John Deere accessories, monitors, radios. Just check out all the equipment that we'll be selling, and congratulations to Matt Cope for really doing a great job for his sellers.
Tim, what's on the Arnold Bowler estate sale?
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, Tim Bohr is actually the rep on this sale again. So he's got a couple retirement in the state auctions for December 23rd. Arnold did pass away this late this summer. From everything Tim Bohr told me about Arnold, he was an extremely crafty guy. And so when you look through his listings, he had some skid steer attachments that mechanized to the pieces, and just a few shop made things that are unique to when it comes across the auction block here. So a couple of the items that we would feature on this auction, I'm a Jeep guy, so this does excite me for sure, is a 2011 Jeep Wrangler. It's a Husker red. It's a 4x4, and it's got only 27,000 miles on it. Again, this is coming out of Atkinson, Nebraska. There is a Merritt grain trailer. It's a 1990. Also a 2013 Honda ATV. That's a 500 series. There's a Titan dump trailer. You can find some church bells on this auction, some school bells, some grills. One of the highlights of this auction is definitely the 2009 Bobcat 300 skid steer, and it's got 1,500 hours on it. Also featuring a case payloader and a Grasshopper zero-turn mower. Definitely, there's something in here for everybody. Check out the Arnold Bowler Estate on December 23rd.
Mark, we'll wrap up our segment on retirement sales with you. What's on the block next Wednesday for the Ryan Bayer estate sale?
Well, Ryan Bayer, passed away. He's got a Balzer 4800 Magnum liquid manure spreader. He's got the applicator shanks to go with it. He's got a Hexacan 30B haystack. He's got a John Deere 220 folding disc. He's got a Trailman 28-foot livestock trailer that's selling. So those are just some of the items that will be sold. They're all located by Howells, Nebraska. Real good community. Please support that estate by participating in this particular sale.
If you're in need of a multi-use diesel engine, we've got you covered on Big Iron. Tim, can you tell us what Vancer Railway Group has coming up on BigIron.com?
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Actually, we are selling 20 of these diesel engines, and we are separating these out on our December 16th. So we did our first go-around this past week and sold 6 of the engines. So on December 23rd, we have another 8 engines selling, and then on the 30th, we have 6 engines selling. These do range in age from 2015 to 2019. These are unused units. Our sales rep in Omaha is Jeff Gertis, and he did a fantastic job working with Vancer, getting all the details. And I want to give a shout out to Zachary out in Illinois, our district manager. He went ahead and got all these units listed. They are all located out in Galesburg, Illinois. We also on December 23rd, have some listings and some miscellaneous items selling in the Lincoln, Nebraska area for Vancer equipment. So nice thing about these engines, you can use them. There's numerous types of ways with construction and agriculture used for irrigation, pumps, compressors, tractors, drill or bore rigs, and asphalt paving equipment. Be sure to check these out. These will be grouped together on our auctions. So I think we have them all grouped into 3. We do have a 2019 starting our auction off for next week on December 23rd. Thanks, Ryan.
Mark, we've got equipment selling from coast to coast on next week's sale. Walk us through what's available.
I'll tell you what, BigIron.com, 30-plus states selling equipment here over the next 3 sales. So whether you're looking for something near or far, whatever it is you're looking for, we're going to have it. And, of course, we have our nice partnership association with Hitchpin Logistics. They get that equipment freighted right to your door, folks, so remember that. But Double H Farms in Bullaville, North Carolina, these sellers got a John Deere 8640 4-wheel drive tractor that's selling. Of course, we've been doing a lot of work for Wells Fargo Equipment Finance, and they've got equipment in Mississippi and Louisiana and Texas. They've got a Case 3540 Titan floater. They've got a Case IH 4025 air planter. In Emmett, Texas, they've got a John Deere 1890 series air seeder with a 1910 cart. Also in Texas, they've got a Joker tillage tool, folks. It's an RT300 2016 model machine. Also in Texas, they got a 2016 John Deere 2310 mulch finisher. In North Dakota, folks, they've got a Great Plains 24-row 30-inch and a 47-row 15-inch planter. This is one of these split Great Plains row planters. It's a 2017 model. We also do a lot of work for AGCO Finance, and they've got a Challenger MT 755E. This is a track tractor, folks, that's located in Memphis, Tennessee. We've got a 2017 Rogator RG 1300B sprayer that's located in Sikeston, Missouri, that will sell on BigIron.com. In Vincennes, Indiana, folks, there are two John Deere 1010 field cultivators and a Kenworth T800 semi-truck tractor. That's selling for Delisle Farm. And we've got Somerville, Illinois, with Mike Schulte Truck Service selling a 2005 Volvo. Got a 2005 International. He's also got a 2002 spread axle flatbed trailer that will sell. In Whitewater, Wisconsin, Cross Wetler Farms, they've got a Sunflower 6433 43-foot soil finisher plus a John Deere 960 field cultivator. We're moving into Iowa, folks, in Postville, Iowa. Gunderson Farms got a John Deere 9460R four-wheel drive tractor. It's 2014 model. They also have a 2012 John Deere 4930 self-propelled sprayer. If you need some of these machines here by the end of the year, folks, you're buying them directly from the sellers. You're just using the competition that's done through an absolute auction to establish the sales price. So please call these owners and ask the questions. Our good friends over there at Pfeiffer Implement Company in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Dale Scott, they do a great job displaying their equipment and telling you all that's good and bad about it. But they've got a New Holland L223 skid steer that's selling. They got a Bobcat F750. They got a couple Kubota zero-turn mowers selling on BigIron.com. Plus, they got the good old dependable Farmall M tractor with a dual loader and a 7-foot bucket. Diane Stute is from Fresno, South Dakota. They got 53 items that will sell here on the 23rd. A Vermeer DPX 9000 bale processors right in season, folks, and you need to get some of that hay delivered out to the cornstalk fields for them cattle. They also have a John Deere 7720 combine that will sell. They got a Massey 820 tandem disc, and I tell you what, when I was a young pup, we had a Massey 820 disc, and we just pulled the heck out of that thing with a 1456 tractor, believe it or not. We had a John Deere 1610 chisel plow that will also be selling in Fresno, South Dakota. We're moving into Kansas and Wellington area. Kansas Farm Equipment LLC, they've got 24 items, folks. Some really nice equipment selling there. 4830 self-propelled sprayer, a John Deere air seeder once again with a commodity card for the 1890 series seeder and a 1910 card. They got a 9750 STS combine. They got a 16-row 30 John Deere 1770 narrow transport planter that will sell. They also got the Easy Trail 500 grain cart. I'll tell you what, Tim Kipper, tell them about the stuff selling in Houston and North Dakota.
We have Mahindra USA selling 110 items out of Houston. Those items include two mechanical front tractors, including a 2016 Mahindra mechanical front-wheel drive tractor. There's 7 compact utility tractors, including a 17 Mahindra 3550P four-wheel drive compact utility tractor with a loader, plus a lot of attachments, a lot of different tires. Be sure to check out that listing. Yeah, next on the list, we have Gravity Oil Field Services out of Dickinson, North Dakota. Scott Anderson is our district manager up there, and our sales rep for this one is Derek Gillick. And we are featuring 10 light towers. 5 of those are 2011 Magnum MLT 4200 light towers, 2011 Allman Maxi Light ML20 Arctic Special light tower. We have 3 2010 Magnum MLT 4200 light towers and a 2007 Almond Maxi Light 2330 light tower as well.
Yeah, that's all good stuff. I know your counterpart there, Tim Kipper, is Kurt Campbell, and he's got all of those guys really doing a great job. So hats off to Kurt and his crew. We've also got some stuff selling in Dove Creek, Colorado. Coalbed Creek Construction. They've got a Posi-Track multi-terrain compact track machine. It's an ASV RC100. They've also got a Kenworth T800 tandem axle dump truck. They've got a pump trailer that pulls as well. Plus, they got some semi-truck tractors. They're Kenworth W900s, folks, a 98 model, a 96, and a 93 model. And we move into Wyoming to Evansville, Wyoming, for Homac Oil Sales. They've got a Freightliner Business Class M2 cab and chassis truck. They got a Freightliner cab and chassis truck in 2003. They also have an FL70 fuel truck and a Peterbilt 379 tandem axle fuel truck. So check those items out. And all the way over there to California, our good friends at Mahindra, they've got 14 items. They got some compact utility tractors selling in that location. A couple of these have backhoes. They're 2015 and 2016 models.
Hey, Mark, we actually added some inventory to the Mahindra California. There's actually 35 lots now. So we are featuring a Mahindra Retriever 1000 four-wheel drive UTV. There's several post hole diggers. There's another ATV, another UTV. It's a brand new, or it's a 2018 Retriever 1000. So be sure to check out the listing. We just recently added some additional inventory to the sale.
Tell you what, those UTVs, folks, those are the perfect Christmas gift. And Hitchpin Logistics can get those home, freighted right to your door. I don't know if they'll get them to you by Christmas, but it's the thought that counts.
Mark, one final question for you. You've been in the auction industry for over 40 years. We're seeing a lot of equipment for sale here in December. Do you expect to see strong sales of used machinery throughout Q1 of 2021?
I do, and I'll tell you why. The cost of new is going up, and a lot of these new machines that require so many computers and everything just to run them, people are gravitating a lot towards some of these older machines. So we're seeing an uptick in the prices at a 4450 and a 4550. Well, bring a 4755 just sold a couple of weeks ago and brought $60-some thousand. So, and I believe that was a two-wheel drive tractor. So if you're looking for good quality tractors, find them on BigIron.com. But the best part about it is there's a lot of the baby boomers now that have made the decision to retire. And our pipe is getting full with these retirement sales that'll take place here throughout the first and second quarter of 2021. So if anybody's listening to this and they've got some family members who've been contemplating whether they want to sell now or later, we've just come off a decent harvest with good commodity prices, $4 corn in a lot of areas. Beans have gone up $3, and that is putting a little extra jingle in the pocket. The government has provided a little bit of assistance as well. So that's going to keep these markets high. We got extremely low interest rates for not only purchasing land, but operating money for farming operations. So that's going to keep these prices good and steady. And the demand is really, really slowed up in terms of a lot of the open outcry sales anymore because COVID is not allowing that to happen. So we're seeing all these auctions now flush towards the Big Iron website, and rightly so because they like being promoted and advertised and marketed as if they were having their sale right on their own location. We still do the public inspections. We just practice social distancing. We try to scatter the people out as far as we can in the open areas so they can still check out the equipment safely. And of course, a lot of the people, they don't even show up anymore because we do such a really good job. The reps do a great job of taking pictures and shooting video footage. So you can hear the motors, you can watch the equipment run, you can hear the story from the seller by calling them. And that's going to keep us really, really busy as we jump into 2021.
Hey, Mark, I wanted to mention one of the listings that we have coming up for next week's auction is a neighbor of yours, and so I wanted to talk about CCI Feed Yards with Dave Cherry. Can you tell us a little bit about their operation and what they got coming up?
Yes, I will. Dave Cherry is a really meticulous person. I don't believe any of their equipment ever sits outside when it's not being used. They have probably one of the cleanest feed yards you'll ever find. They've got a guy power washing equipment, I think, at the end of every day. So if you need a feed truck, if you need a wheel loader, they've got outstanding service protocols in their operation. And yes, I only live 1.5 miles away from their feed yard. So if you have any questions about their equipment, you can call me, and I'll give you a one-on-one story about Dave Cherry and their outstanding operation. Larry Cherry, the dad, I've known Larry Cherry and his wife Kay my whole entire life. They're real good people, honest as the day is long. Great opportunity to buy quality equipment.
Yeah, and they're featuring a Kenworth T370 feed truck. Also, and like you mentioned, they have a Cat 930K. It's a 2012 model wheel loader. It's got about 14,000 hours, but man, that thing cleaned up real nice. Current bid is actually at $36,000 on that. So again, there's 7 lots. They have a manure spreader, a utility shed. If you need some John Deere net wrap, they got it on here as well, and also a John Deere monitor. So thanks for sharing that, Mark.
And Mark, can you tell our listeners how they can capitalize on this strong market and sell their equipment this spring on BigIron.com?
Go to the Big Iron website, and it'll say sell your equipment. Click here, click that, put your name and your phone number on it. It'll get routed to the person that lives in the area that you are at. So it doesn't matter if you're in Ohio, if you're in Arkansas, whether you're in Texas, whether you're in Utah or Idaho. We've got fantastic field reps that are trained. And we're constantly training, additional training. We believe in, really providing enough information tools for all of our reps to do an outstanding job for the sellers that entrust them to sell their equipment. But it starts with going to the website, or if you'd rather pick up the phone and just give us a call, we've got a toll-free number, 1-800-937-3558. That'll ring right into our switchboard, and you can push sell equipment, and that'll route right to where somebody will give you the attention that you deserve.
That's our show for today, folks. I'd like to thank our guests, Tim Kipper and Mark Stock, and remind everyone that the equipment mentioned today can all be found on the December 23rd and 30th auctions on BigIron.com. For the Big Iron Buzz, I'm Ryan Smith. We'll catch you here next week.